A very good morning to all of you, and it's a new week, it's a new month, and winters are easing a bit. So thank you for joining us on our morning bulletin, and I'm going to detail you on with the updates of the trade war that has been occurring throughout the weekend and how relevant parties are reacting to it. Now, Canada is facing economic turbulence as new U.S. tariffs take effect. President Donald Trump has imposed a 25% tariff on Canadian imports, a decision that has sparked immediate retaliation from Ottawa. So take a look.
Tonight, I am announcing Canada will be responding to the U.S. trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday, followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives. Tend to be perfect, but Canada is the best country on earth. There's nowhere else that I and our 41 million strong family would rather be, and we will get through this challenge, just as we've done countless times before, together. Thank you. Merci. Vive le Canada.
The tariffs aimed at addressing illegal immigration and the drug trade are expected to have widespread economic consequences, particularly in key sectors like automobiles, steel, energy, and agriculture. Financial markets have already reacted with U.S. futures opening lower amid fears of rising inflation and slowing economic growth. Economists warn that these tariffs could increase costs for Canadian businesses, lead to job losses, and slow overall economic activity. The Bank of Canada is closely monitoring the situation, and analysts speculate that policymakers may adjust interest rates to counter potential economic fallout. Beyond Canada, Mexico has also announced countermeasures, while China plans to challenge the tariffs at the World Trade Organization. With all three nations deeply integrated through trade agreements, the tariffs risk distributing supply chains and pushing Canada towards a potential recession. As tensions rise, Canadian companies are reassessing their operations, and government officials are working to protect the nation's economic interests. With fears of an escalating trade war, all eyes are now on negotiations unfold in the coming weeks. In response to the U.S. imposing 25% tariffs on most Canadian imports, Ontario Premier Doug Ford has ordered the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, or the LCBO, to remove all American alcohol products from its shelves. Ford made the announcement Sunday morning, saying, quote, "Every year, LCBO sells nearly $1 billion worth of American wine, beer, spirits, and sizzlers. Not anymore," unquote. Starting Tuesday, the LCBO will stop selling American liquor both in-store and online, and will prevent Ontario-based restaurants and retailers from ordering or restocking U.S. products. Ford encouraged Ontarians to support Ontario-made or Canadian-made alternatives, calling it the best time to choose local. The LCBO, the province's sole alcohol wholesaler, handles nearly $965 million in sales annually, offering over 3,600 products from across the U.S. Other provinces are also taking action, as British Columbia Premier David Eby announced on Saturday that BC Liquor Distribution Branch will halt purchases of U.S. liquor from Republican-led states and remove top-selling American brands from the shelves. Eby also directed the BC government to prioritize Canadian goods and services over American ones. This move is part of a broader provincial response to the newly imposed U.S. tariffs. Well, we'll keep you updated on the situation as the case develops. The Canadian dollar has plunged to its lowest level since 2003 against the greenback as markets react to the new U.S. tariffs. On this first Monday after the tariffs took effect, the loonie is trading at 1.4524 per US dollar, or 68.85 US cents, extending its fifth straight month of declines, the longest losing streak since 2016. Investor concerns have deepened after President Donald Trump's 25% tariffs on Canadian imports took effect on Saturday, with oil and gas now in the crosshairs. While some expected Canadian crude to see a lower 10% levy, the uncertainty has rattled markets. Canada's main stock index dropped to 1.1%, led by losses in the energy sector. Meanwhile, the Bank of Canada cut its benchmark interest rate to 3% last week, citing trade uncertainty and economic risks. With the loonie under the pressure, analysts warn that it could tumble further, with some predicting move towards a 1.50 against the greenback in the coming weeks. Well, now I'm going to fill you in on how Canadians are reacting to the trade war. In Ottawa, hockey fans made their disapproval of President Donald Trump's new tariffs on Canada loud and clear. During an NHL game Sunday night, fans booed the U.S. national anthem as it played before a match against the visiting American team. The sentiment continued in Toronto during the NBA game between the Raptors and the Los Angeles Clippers, where the boos persisted throughout the performance of the U.S. anthem, almost drowning out the singer. This vocal backlash reflects the growing frustration amongst Canadians over the U.S. decision to impose steep tariffs on Canadian goods, which could trigger a major trade war between the two countries. In response, many Canadians are taking matters into their own hands. Social media has seen a surge in posts encouraging people to avoid American-made products, and one Toronto grocery has started labeling Canadian yogurt to make it easier for shoppers to choose local. Some Canadians are even cancelling travels to the US or deciding not to visit at all as a sign of solidarity. This growing resistance highlights the deep impact Trump's tariffs are having on the relationship between US and its northern neighbors. And finally, here's your weather forecast for Mississauga on Monday, February 3rd, 2025. Spring is closing in as Wyerton Willie has predicted an early spring after he did not see his shadow on Sunday morning on Groundhog Day. 6 more weeks of winter to go. With that said, the day today will be around -4 degrees Celsius in the morning, feeling closer to -8 degrees Celsius with the wind chill. As we move into the afternoon, temperatures will rise to a high of 4 degrees Celsius, but it will still feel a bit chillier with winds from the northwest at 15 to 20 kilometers per hour. Cloudy skies are expected for mostly of the day with light snow showers in the morning, giving way to a 75% chance of rain in the afternoon. Be prepared for some wet conditions later on, so bring an umbrella if you're heading out. By the evening, temperatures will drop to around -2 degrees Celsius and it will feel colder with the wind chill, so keep bundled up if you're outside. And that's your forecast for Mississauga. Stay warm and dry and take care on the roads. Thank you for watching. Take care.